Hansel and Gretel. Hansel is played by Sammy. Gretel is played by Eve. The Candy Woman is played by Tilly. The mother is played by Giggs. Once upon a time lived a brother and sister named Hansel and Gretel. They hated healthy food. Greens grossed them out, and fruits disgusted them. All they liked to eat was cookies, cakes, and candy. The sweeter, the better. One day, their mother decided to have a healthy dinner filled with vegetables, whole grain bread, and fresh fish. Hansel and Gretel were so scared of this meal that they decided to run away. Before they left, they packed up all the sweets they could find and put them in a big bag. But the bag had a hole in it, so as they ran through the woods, their sweets fell out, leaving a trail of candy behind them. When they stopped running, it was time for lunch. They opened their bag, but found that it was empty. All their sweets had slipped out through the hole. "What will we eat?" Gretel cried. Just then, a sweet scent tickled their noses. "Is that chocolate?" Gretel asked. "I think so," said Hansel. They followed the scent and found where it was coming from. A house made completely out of sweets. The roof was made of chocolate. The windows were made of gummy worms. And the door was a giant cookie. It was a dream come true. Hansel and Gretel ran to the house and knocked, but no one was home. "I'm so hungry," Gretel said. "Maybe we can have just a little bite." Hansel and Gretel started taking little nibbles of the house. A chocolate sprinkle here, a lick of a lollipop there. But once they started, they couldn't stop. They took bites out of the doors, the chairs, even the windows. Suddenly, someone came to the door. They hid behind a chocolate-covered couch. It was the owner of the house, a candy woman covered in candy. She walked in and saw the tiny teeth marks from where Hansel and Gretel had taken their bites. Just then, Hansel and Gretel's stomach started making noises. They had eaten so many sweets that they started feeling sick. The woman heard the noises and found Hansel and Gretel lying on the floor, rubbing their tummies. "Oh no!" the woman cried. "Are you okay?" she asked as she helped them to the couch. "I know what'll make you feel better," she said. "Gummy worms!" Even though they didn't feel well, Hansel and Gretel loved sweets so much that they couldn't say no. So they both grabbed the gummy worms and ate them as fast as they could. When they both had their last one, Hansel and Gretel felt so sick. "Still not feeling well?" the woman asked. "How about a big piece of chocolate cake?" Hansel and Gretel didn't want any more sweets, but they still couldn't say no, so they took a bite. But the cake was finally too much for them, and they both spit it out. "Maybe these will make you feel better," the woman said, picking up a handful of lollipops. "No more!" they cried. "I want to go home," moaned Hansel. "My tummy aches." "But it's getting dark outside," Gretel said, looking out the window. "I'm not sure we can find our way home." Just then, they heard a knock. "Hansel and Gretel, are you there?" It was their worried mother. She had followed the trail of candy through the woods. "We didn't want to have a healthy dinner, so we ran away, but we ate too many sweets, and now we feel so bad," Gretel said. "Can we have a big, healthy dinner next time?" Hansel asked. "And maybe even some fresh fruit for dessert." Of course, their mother said. She was just happy that Hansel and Gretel finally learned that eating too many sweets will make you sick. Mom hugged Hansel and Gretel and started back through the woods to enjoy their big, healthy dinner together. The end.